Do you want to see how I dealt with a YouTube troll? Stay tuned. Hey YouTube, it's Matt here. Now, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes along with having a YouTube channel. Honestly, most of my interactions with people, with subscribers and other people that make comments are nothing but positive. Like, there are some great people in this world. I believe that, I believe it. And you're going to read some of these comments here. This wasn't the worst troll that I've ever had. I've had people like swear at me, call me foul-mouthed names. I've had some really interesting interactions. I don't put a whole lot of thought into them. I generally just block, and I don't have time in my life to waste on that type of negative energy. But this person, I'm going to give them a little bit of a compliment. They never swore at me. They never, used foul language. And guys, trust me, on this channel, you won't hear me swear. I don't use 4-letter words on this channel, and I do that for a reason. If I'm doing some carpentry and I hit my thumb with a hammer, you might hear some 4-letter words come out of my mouth. Trust me. But for the most part, I like to keep it clean, and this is why I respect this person in my comments. Now, I'm not going to put their name out there because I do feel that there needs to be a little bit of autonomy whenever somebody is making comments like this. But I just wanted to share this interaction, and I want to hear some of y'all's feedback. Y'all, oh my goodness gracious. I live in Pennsylvania. I was working in a great state of Mississippi for 2 weeks. I just got back and I'm dropping y'alls. Oh my goodness gracious. But that's all right. I actually kind of enjoy that different way of speaking wherever you're at in the country. So this starts out, this was on a video. Honestly, my most popular video on the channel, it is I might be done collecting comic books. This was a video I did back in December, and it talked about how I'd finished these goals that I had set up years ago. And, well, once I achieved those goals, was I going to quit or keep going? Now, there's a channel, there's lots of comic books here. I obviously kept collecting, but it was a talk that I had, online, on a camera here, about what is next in my hobby. Well, this person wrote, I don't know why people like CGC comics. I like to read them, and you can't open those books up. You're paying insane prices for books you can't read. You should buy gold if you like to buy things you don't read. Now, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I maybe mentioned a couple slabs in that video that I, talked about that these messages are on. But that's not what the video was about. So, okay, I have ascertained this person was polite. There was nothing wrong with this comment. But, hey, you know what? Why is he against slabbing, okay? What is his issue? Especially tell me I need to buy gold. So I wrote back to him, and this was my response. You have a good point about buying gold versus buying comic books. But the value of comic books has risen much more than gold over the last 5 years. The person investing in comic books has seen a pretty nice return on investment over time. We all have our own motivations in this world. I say to each their own. Now, listen, if you are investing money and you want to invest in gold, there's nothing wrong with that. I actually don't have a problem with this subscriber. I don't even think it's a subscriber, but I don't have a problem with this person's first message. I do think it's a little bit of condescending. I think it's judgmental because we're in a hobby. Now, I absolutely believe that collect what you like, collect what, however you like it. If you like to sell books and you buy it just to sell it, so what, okay? It is your own personal hobby. There's nothing wrong with whatever you want to do. If somebody wants to buy slabs, let them buy slabs. If somebody is completely against buying slabs, hey, don't buy a slab. My point is this, to each their own. Who cares what somebody else does? But I was kind of thrown off because I was never really promoting CGC or anything. But this was a response. And this was a couple days after the first response that I went back to. And it was, yes, all my 25-cent books sell for $1 now. 3 times value, no CGC. All right, I got that message. I really didn't know what to do with that because I really didn't know what they were talking about, okay? So they have 25-cent books that sell for $1 now. I have a couple things about this. I don't know if that's a true statement. I don't know if they were Bronze Age 25-cent cover price books or if they were in a quarter bin, okay? There's so many variables. I have no idea what they're talking about. I just blew off that message. I didn't hit thumbs up on it. I didn't hit I like it. I just let it go. Well, later on that day, I think somebody was stewing about my original message, so they write back. Comics aren't going up in value, it's inflation. 25-cent books are worth $1 because our money is becoming worthless. There is not a great demand for 25-cent comics that cause them to cost $1. People who tell you that comics are going up in value are liars. Cover price is $5, not because there's a huge demand for comics, it's inflation. All right, so now, after I blew off that second message that they left, but their first response to my response, then they put this on there. And honestly, there's some things on there I didn't understand. Like, okay, 25 cents are now worth $1. Show me evidence. Show me something that you're talking about. To just make a bland comment, 25 cents books are now worth $1. I don't know what they're talking about. They very well could be, okay? And you're going to hear my response here, because they got my gourd, because they responded twice to my statement. And honestly, I wasn't even arguing about CGC. I really believed each your own, so whatever. But this person felt it was their job to let me know that 25-cent books now cost $1. I respond, you keep saying 25-cent books are worth $1. Now, there are many variables that determine value of comic books, condition being a major factor. If your 25-cent books are missing covers or very low grade, they may be worth only $1. That could be true. But even mid-grade books go for much more. No one is lying to me about values. There are so many sites online that provide actual sales data. If you want to invest in gold, good for you. That is a wise investment. The return on investment for gold from 1971 to now has been an average of 10.61% annually. Great investment. If that is your thing, then do it. But don't come here and make up false figures and present them as fact. I don't know you. You might be a good person, but you are being very rude, saying your way is better. I don't know if you're trying to get me to change my mind about CGC or what your agenda is, but I don't care what you think. I support you to make decisions that you are comfortable with. That is your prerogative and your business. Just don't make up data and tell me I'm wrong. And what I mean by that, they just, they randomly pulled numbers out of the air. 25-cent books are now worth $1. I'm going to be honest with you. If he's talking about Bronze Age books, again, if it's coverless, it very well could be worth $1. I don't know, because he's so vague in his, assertion there. Now, if it's a Bronze Age book, a mid-grade goes for much higher. He's not making any sense. His response, yes, they were low-grade 25-cent comics. Now they are low-grade $1 comics, and many variables determine that they are still low-grade. Grade isn't value. Grade is the condition of a book. There are many variables that determine they are still low-grade. So if he's talking about low-grade comic books, what's he arguing about? What does that have to do with CGC? I have no idea what he's even talking about right now, because if they were low-grade 25-cent books and now they're low-grade dollar books, then they're just low-grade books, okay? There are a lot of beater-up reader copies out there, but that's not what we're talking about. Some books go for thousands, some books go for millions of dollars. There's so many things. I don't know what's that have to do with CGC? Can you tell that I'm kind of a little perplexed by this? But I was having fun with this guy. Then he wrote back, Comics aren't going up in value. Your money is losing value. Again, I have no idea what the heck that has to do with CGC. I think he's talking about inflation. And listen, inflation is a thing, but what's that have to do with slabbing a book? I don't know where he's going. He went from CGC to, well, he didn't mention inflation, but he's talking about inflation. I responded, while inflation is certainly real, do you have any facts to back up what you had to say? You have the same ability to look up prices of books sold as anyone else, but you didn't come here with facts. I've sold many books and know what prices they can get on the open market. Yes, inflation has to be accounted for, but your $1 statement is just wrong. Again, you make up false facts. You're just repeating the same lies, because stating facts without knowledge is the same as lying. I'm done wasting my time with you. Go troll somewhere else, because that is all you were doing. Now, I put out there, like, I'm the person who looked up what the average return on investment or the average annual increase of the price of gold was. I didn't need to do that. And I actually was telling him there's sites that will list prices of books. I was not going to go do this person's work for them because they obviously didn't do their own work. And I don't have an issue with them not liking CGC, but they're not even talking about CGC anymore. And I put on there about them repeating lies. I put that on there because in their first original statement, he was talking about people were lying to, or one of his statements, people were lying to me about the values and prices of books. Well, nobody's lying to me. You can look this stuff online. You can do eBay, Go Collect, Comic Price Guide, Overstreet Comics, the Overstreet Price Guide. But so many places you can find values of books, not just my word or somebody else's word. His response, the fact that every book is going up in value, even garbage comics that sold for 25 cents, is evidence that money is losing value. I'm not arguing about inflation. Inflation is a thing. The government is putting out statistics on inflation. What's he even arguing about right now? Now, so he's going from CGC to inflation, okay? Or CGC inflation, the same thing. I don't even know what he's arguing about. Then he comes back. Again, I just ignored the post. Matt Woods, I did not make up fact, capital letters, that all comics I bought for, and I made a couple typos myself. I'm not going to get on him. He does mean the word bought. I bought for 25 cents, increased to $1 after COVID. Now he's talking about COVID. I did not make up the fact, capital letter, the cover prices of $2.99 have increased to $3.99 and $4.99 after COVID. I think those prices were there before COVID. But so now he goes from he doesn't like CGC, he doesn't like inflation, and somehow this is all related to COVID. And the insane prices for CGC are for books that don't have value for people who actually read the books. Comic books are for reading, and they are not valuable if you can't read them. The value from comic books is your ability to read them and not your ability to seal them in plastic. Okay, so now he's back on the CGC. And listen, I actually think that his point of view is completely valid for him. If he doesn't like a book to be sealed, don't seal it. It's not a big deal to me. To each their own. But to say you can't read it, has he ever heard of reprints? Has he ever heard of trade paperbacks? And I believe I put this in a statement later. I read my books digitally. I can slab a book and not have to worry about damaging it because you can still find places to read it. If you're a collector, hopefully you enjoy the medium of comic books. Hopefully you enjoy the art. Hopefully you enjoy the stories. But either way, if you're a collector, you want that book to be in the most pristine case or shape possible. And sometimes slabbing it helps preserve it. Nothing wrong if you don't. And again, if you don't like to slab books, CGC, CBCS, EGS, PGX, whatever the slabbing company is, who cares? If you don't like doing it, don't do it. If you like doing it, do it. It doesn't matter. In fact, I even said to him, to each their own. I guess that's not good enough. And he's making up these words saying fact. I don't think what fact is he listed? 25-cent books are now worth $1. I imagine some are. But are all 25-cent books now worth $1? I don't get this. My response. Haha, you're my favorite troll. You keep talking like you are important to me. Trust me, you are not. I like how you use the word fact like you know what it means. Inflation is real, so what? Just because inflation is real doesn't mean you are right when you say books are only worth $1. That's kind of my point. Like, books aren't worth $1. Some books are. Who everyone knows this. Try buying Action Comics #1 for $1. Okay, see what people say. Try buying Amazing Fantasy 15 for $1. You're going to get laughed at. And then again, I wrote, I'm pretty sure the definition of the word fact is different than what you think it means. You seem to think it means unknowledgeable opinion. M. Webster wrote a book you may be interested in. Okay, I'm getting a little bit snarky here. I'm not, dropping down, calling him names. And like I said, I am absolutely defending this person for not going there and calling names or swearing. So even though I'm kind of having fun with this person, kind of getting annoyed with this person, I still actually have a little bit of respect for them. I don't really understand what they're trying to get across in this argument, I guess. But they're not the worst person ever, at least in my opinion. I don't know them. Heck, they might be. He wrote back, if you could read a dictionary instead of picture books, you could read a definition, but you can't. I can't read a definition because I can read picture books because I can't read a dictionary. Was that a fact or was that an opinion? Because I remember in grade school doing fact versus opinion worksheets in grammar school. Yeah, that's definitely opinion, but he uses the word fact. So, I guess that's a fact in his world. He also wrote, definitions aren't your problem. You need to learn how to evaluate facts. That's your problem. I'm the one who needs to evaluate facts? I don't know about this. At this point in time, I'm actually having fun, okay? And again, like I said, he wasn't disrespectful to a point. He definitely was rude. He was arrogant. But like I said, he didn't go into the gutter with trashy words. So I'm having fun with him. And I write back, haha, oh my goodness, did you just use the same insult I use? That is classic. I remember kids in elementary school would do that when they couldn't think of a comeback. But you actually thought about it before typing it out. Bless your heart. Anyhow, a friend of mine said, in Georgia, we would use the term bless your heart because in the South, bless your heart doesn't mean what it means everywhere else in the world. Everywhere else in the world, you say bless your heart. Oh, that's a sweet thing to say. Friends of mine that are down south, you know better. That is not a nice thing to say to somebody. But, so that's why I said it to him, okay? Because really, he's now arguing about definitions, okay? He goes from CGC to inflation, somehow about facts, okay? I don't really know. Now he's talking about dictionaries and definitions. If anybody can figure out what he's talking about, let me know about it, because I'm still clueless. He responds, think of facts like comic book grading. You think my facts are poor, but we both know they are facts. Do you understand what facts are now? I have no idea what he thinks a fact is. I'm pretty sure I know what a fact is, but somehow he thinks that he said something that was facts and it has something to do with comic book grading. I don't know what that means. Then I write back, what exactly have you said that is a fact? He writes back, yes, the statement facts can be evaluated is a fact. I don't even want to argue with that because I don't know what there is to argue about. I'm really lost at what this person's agenda was. Then he writes, did you know there are good facts and bad facts? Just because a fact may seem bad doesn't mean it isn't a fact, although the dictionary doesn't say that. Right about this point in time, my head's starting to hurt because I can't figure out, is this person serious or are they joking? Okay, because what is he talking about? Good facts and bad facts. And what does that have to do with CGC anyhow? Isn't that what he was originally arguing about? I write back, You still haven't stated one fact about the value of comic books. Now you're arguing about the definition of the word facts, but no one is arguing about that but you. What are you even arguing about? Crazy people rattle like this. Listen, according to you, comics don't have worth in CGC slabs because you can't read them. Fair enough, you win. Now have fun reading your gold. According to you, the only things you can read have value. And buy some trade paperbacks because those are going to have a lot of value in the future because you can read them over and over. Again, and I think I pretty much explained it. I don't know what he's arguing about at this point in time. Facts, inflation, CGC. His response. You think a good dictionary is a CGC 9.8 sealed and never opened. Good luck learning words. Good luck learning words? No, you can't open a book. You can't. Who learned? Good luck learning words. That was an insult. That's a real insult from a real person. I got nothing. I don't even know where to begin to break that one down. Good luck learning words. I wrote back, you still here. Never once did you present any data or make a statement that could be considered a fact. You have just provided a bunch of conflicting statements about how you feel. That is called opinion. An average grade school kid knows the difference between fact and opinion. You obviously fail to see the difference. Now you're just trying to insult me. You can do that, sure. Like I told you, I believe to each their own. I still don't understand how me having a few books graded is any of your business. But you have made it your personal crusade to make me understand you don't like CGC. You care a whole lot about my thoughts. Like I told you, I don't care about your thoughts. Your attempt at an insult is really falling flat. But you are providing me with humor. I'm looking forward to your next attempt. Yes, I'm getting snarky. Yes, this guy just keeps on coming back. I don't know what he's arguing about. I actually kind of was confused about the good luck learning words statement. I wanted to pull him back and get him back on the CGC and get him all riled up about that. Because like I said, I was kind of having fun with this. His last response, you brought up the dictionary and you think that books break when you open them, so you seal them. You are using books wrong. They're my books. I can do whatever I want with them. If I want to feed them to my goats, I can do that with my own books. I'm not doing it wrong. If I want to slab them, let it be. Let me slab them. Let me preserve them. And guys, honestly, what's wrong with slabbing a book? If I have a reader copy in there, or I have the ability to read it online, how am I doing my books wrong? Okay, you are using books wrong. According to him, is that a fact or opinion? I don't know this yet. My last response. What are you even talking about? Did you ever hear of reprints or trades or reading digitally? Why devalue a book that sells for thousands of dollars when I could read it in other ways? Slabbing it protects it from damage. I'm preserving the comics that I have slabbed. I read all the time. Not just comic books. I've used my tablet to read hundreds of books, and I use that same tablet to read comic books. What does it matter to you that I have a few dozen books that are slabbed? If you don't like slab books, then don't slab them, but stay out of my business. I'm confused as to why you think that I have to think like you. Didn't I tell you I believe in each your own? You have a right to believe however you want. Fine. But you think that I have to believe in what you say. Yeah, you do you, and I'll do me. Guys, I don't know what this person was trying to accomplish. I was having fun with this conversation, but I was also kind of in a mood where I just wasn't going to take any of this. So I was hitting back respectfully. Okay? Guys, some people are trolls. This person, let's be honest, nobody thinks that they're a troll. They think that they're just trying to put good words out into the world and make people understand what they should understand. But I don't think it's this person's job to make me understand anything, okay? I think I'm a pretty good person. I don't think it's this person's job to make me think in any way whatsoever. That's my own job because I believe to each their own. Collect how you want, collect what you want. Don't collect. I at all if you don't want. It doesn't matter. Have fun with the hobby. Don't be judgmental like this person was. But again, like I said, I'm going to say good words about him. I don't know how old this person is. I don't know much about this person. I do know this, that they were able to at least try to speak respectfully. I did enjoy that part of it. So, whoever this person is, I hope you have a great day. I hope that you can collect or not collect or whatever. I don't really care what you do. But I hope you do it the best way that you know how. And I hope you enjoy what you do. Guys, I hope you like this content. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Put a comment down below. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of comments on this video. But guys, I want to thank you for watching. And everybody have a great day.